Welcome to the only place where real, raw, and vulnerable conversations happen with IFBB bikini pros to give you an inside look at their struggles, strategies, mindset, passions, and all of life beyond the stage. This podcast is made to inspire, motivate, and remind competitors and the average gym goer that even the most extreme lifestyles and elite athletes have their ups and downs. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm your host, Celeste Rains-Turk, and now it's time for the Confessions of a Bikini Pro podcast. Hello, everyone. I have been looking forward to today's episode for a while now, and I'm sure many of you guys have been really excited too, as I've probably been teasing it. And we're going to be chatting with a Culinary School of San Diego graduate who is the owner and chef of Fit Fusion Nutrition, which is a meal prep and healthy catering company. And she's also the founder and owner of Sari Fitness, and that's a distributor of fitness apparel, which, by the way, is super, super cute. And on top of all of this, she is studying to get her NASM certification for personal training while being a posing coach, mother, and wife. So welcome to the show, Sarah Gayden. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm great.
Yay!
That's a nice introduction. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Yeah, absolutely. You have accomplished so much, and that's awesome for me because I've got a lot planned for today. But I really like to start with the question, which I ask everybody. That is, what's one thing you do or a ritual that you have right before your heel hits the stage?
Well, I usually try to, be calm, and I do a little bit of everything. But one of the things I do the most, and before before leaving my room, when I'm ready, my heels, my bag, my food, is to pray. I think everything starts as soon as you leave the room. So I like to pray and say, thank you for the opportunity to do this, no matter what. Like, it's just so amazing. It's just a blessing that I'm able to compete and share the stage and do so many things. And obviously, before hitting the stage, I like to thank God and say, I'm stepping on the stage with you, no matter what happened. I'm here, and that's basically what I like to, to think, go over, and be grateful for just the fact that I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's
And
amazing. So much gratitude, it sounds like.
something else that I like to do is, kind of like practice over and visualizing my posing, etc., etc. So
Totally. I love that. I especially love that the first thing you do is just express gratitude for the opportunity. I think that's so awesome. And something that's really impressive and inspiring about you is that after you had your baby, you came back to have your pro debut 18 months later.
Yes.
So, what was that process like for you?
Oh well, it was long. 18 months, you think it's not that long, but it's like long. It was actually like 2 years. So, but actually, when I won my pro card, I wanted to be a mom. So right away, I started, getting into it. So people are like, "Are you crazy? How are you gonna get pregnant? You just got your pro card." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but the stage is always gonna be there." And I think Davis was about to deploy and stuff like that, and I was like, "If it's now or never." So I was a little scared that I wasn't gonna come back the same or better, and I just say like, it is what it is. If I can be able to, start competing after and kind of like finish my dream of becoming a pro and actually competing as a pro and doing all that fun stuff, it's gonna be. If it's not gonna be, then you know everything is a plan. So, but yeah, it was a process to recover, and um, to start um, working out again, gaining my strength back. It takes months, especially because I have a natural birth. I had my baby in my house with no doctors, and it was like more difficult for me to the recovery process and start working out. So, but I gave myself plenty of time to breastfeed, and actually, I breastfeed for 18 months, and that was my goal. And
Wow.
it was a nice process. It wasn't hard at all when I decided to stop it because the baby was weaning, little by little. So by the time I hit 18 months, he was just done breastfeeding. So it was great, and I enjoy all that thing.
Mm.
And starting prepping for my pro debut was a process too. Basically, it was like 14-week prep, which I actually started prepping for my pro debut even being pregnant. I work out through my whole pregnancy. Obviously taking it slow and being healthy and eating all kinds of food. Healthy and you know, bad food, everything. So, but always kept in mind, you need to get 5 meals a day. You need to work out at least, every other day. When I got my energy back, I was doing it. I actually start posting it. Some people's like, "You're crazy. You're deadlifting at 40 weeks pregnant," or something like that. But actually, right now, it's paying off after I start when I start training. Um, I really felt the changes and everything. I was like, well, yeah,
Mm.
that I didn't was able to see, but now that I training, I was able to see all the hard work, and it's like, yes, this
That
is
is
nice.
so
So
cool. And did you, when you were pregnant and you were working out and focused on eating healthy, did you feel like you had to shift your perspective about the way that you ate and trained? Like, how was that transition like? Because obviously, as a pro or even as an amateur at the elite level, becoming a pro, there's a expectation, right? That you have to train a certain way, eat a certain way. How did you shift into like pregnancy focus?
yeah, it was a process too. I think you have to just kind of like shift your mind and say, this is competing is another word. You can be lean like all the time. So with pregnancy, it was a little process and a lot of research for me because I'm new into all this like body changes and everything. So I had to research and read a lot, like what was happening to me, and understand that you are gonna gain weight a lot, and I was okay with that because I understood that my body needs fat
Mm.
for breastfeeding mainly. You it's just so amazing everything that happens to your body. It's just so beautiful.
Oh, that's so
But yeah, like actually in the beginning I was kind of like, oh my gosh, you're gaining the weight and it's over.
cool.
But when you get used to that, like after like first trimester and everything, and you understand that your body needs to do all that because you are creating a human. um
No small
it's just
task.
amazing. You're just like excited about, okay, what's next? Like what's week after week after week is it's just growing and everything. So
Mm.
I was actually happy that I was healthy and having a healthy weight. I gained like what 42 pounds by the time I the baby was here, and that was a lot. And I'm like,
Mm.
wow, I can't believe 40 pounds. I never had that in my life, but
Yeah.
it was a healthy way, and it was a lot of water and all everything that your body is saving for when the baby's here for breastfeeding and all that stuff. So it was hard sometimes, but sometimes you have to tell yourself like you're pregnant, you're making a baby, you're growing a baby inside of you. So
Mm.
if you have to gain the weight, you can be skinny or you know all that kind of stuff that we see every
Yeah.
day.
Has becoming a
So
mom
yeah,
changed how you see competing or like how you have to approach your daily commitments like cardio, meals, lifting and recovery? Like has being becoming a mom changed the
yeah,
way you see that?
yeah. It changed a whole. It's a whole new game. Like way different than when I was an amateur. When I was an amateur, I have my set days. I wake up at this time, go to the gym. Becoming a mom and prepping with a year and a half baby. Uh, it's it's a little challenging because for me, actually, I was breastfeeding, and you can't be like dieting much when you're breastfeeding. Uh, you have to eat a lot of food, a lot of nutrients, drink a lot of water, and et cetera, et cetera. As soon as you stop eating, you compromise your supply. Can
Mm,
just you can just lose it. So dieting with the baby in the beginning was super exhausting. Exhausting. I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
mm,
Everything changes, so there's no schedule. Every day, it's just day by day. Today because sometimes the baby gets sick, or you have to work your schedule around him. It's not the other way around. So you know, have to work out before the baby gets up. The way you can do your stuff and focus. And having a treadmill in my home, I have like a mini gym in my garage
mm,
where allows me to get a good session, good cardio session and stuff. Is a game changer. And yeah, the schedule changes every day,
mm.
so every day is something new. So right now that he's 2.5 years old, and I've been actually prepping in season for a year now. Yeah, I started March last year. So yeah,
Wow.
as, a year ago I just started like prepping. So a lot to learn because the older he gets, it's a new routine. So the routine change every 2-3 months when he hit a new milestone. So now he's talking, now he's walking, now he was crawling before. So when they're crawling, you can put him in the basket and do your cardio, and But when they start walking, it's another. And when they start school, so he just starts school, and now I have to change the whole routine, and you know, reset and start all over again. Okay, now we're gonna do this thing. So I did next month a little bit more change. So to change
Wow.
things. So yeah,
He
prepping is
must be
not the same.
smart. Starting school at two and a
Yeah,
half?
yeah,
That's
yeah. He started
amazing.
like part time care. So yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Here is speak Spanish and English. So I'm
That
excited for
is so
him.
cool. And he's bilingual, right?
Yes, yes, I'm teaching in Spanish and as much as I can with the help of my mom, and English.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. And you're married to another competitor. And
Yes.
um that's interesting. I've brought on other competitors who have relationships with with other competitors too. And I'm wondering from your perspective, especially as a parent, do you find this is helpful for your lifestyle, or is it ever tough if you're both not prepping at the same time?
It has his ups and downs. Uh, we try to make it happen. Thankfully, Sevius is very a person that is like very calm, very quiet. He just nothing is impossible to him. I am more Latina side, like so yeah. But he has been teaching me that everything's gonna be okay. Our first prep together was amazing.
Mm,
Actually, we really don't argue a lot because um it's just we're just on a new level that and we don't really sweat that little things. And somebody asked us like, how did you deal with hangriness? I was like, we don't really have that. Like it's just a little stress. And when I know, because I'm a competitor and I know that he has his days sometimes, don't get me wrong. but I
Mm.
just try not to pay attention to it and just, you know, let it pass. And same as him, he knows I'm a competitor, and maybe, I'm at the time of, the month. On top of that, I'm on peak week, et cetera, 3 weeks out, and he's just like, okay. Um, yeah, we really enjoy what we do. Is, you know, before it was like really our passion. Now it's like even more, because to me, I take it as us time, like our date
Mm.
nights. And
Nice.
yeah, it's amazing because we go to the gym, we do what we love, we train together, and it's our day night, that we have every day.
Yeah.
We really don't go out, eat, party, none of that stuff. And we of course we love to go out and eat, but when it's necessary. But at the end of the day, after he gets from work, it's just like our us time together to go to the gym and enjoy it and just talk about fitness, and you know we should do this show together and blah blah blah. So the shows we've been doing
Oh.
actually is been coincidence, because when we traveled to Japan to compete together, it was our anniversary, and we're like, this is
Wow.
perfect.
That's
Yeah, so we're
amazing.
having a lot of fun like doing it. And yeah,
Mm.
um because of all that, uh our baby has been learning a lot of stuff too. So our goal is to, just give him an example of, not just to train and you have muscles and all that stuff physically, just more like, you can do many things. You can, achieve your dreams and still have a family and still have a balanced life. And,
Mm.
you know, we want to show him like many stuff that competing has.
I love that.
Um, so, yeah,
And Xavius is in the military, right?
yeah, he's a U.S. Marine.
Wow. How does this impact your lifestyle or prepping or relationship?
Um, we'll try to make it work. So for example, I got pregnant. We were here in Camp Pendleton where we met, and then we had to move to the desert for like 3 years, which over there is where I have my baby. And
Mm.
there's less resources out there other than just being on base. And it was a little tough and challenging. So I mean, that's one of the reasons I stopped, my business for a few years too, because I just couldn't do it. I focused on just being pregnant and being with him and stay at home. And but being a Marine wife, uh, you had to make it work. Uh, yeah, you had to make it work no matter what, and it always worked out. So everything like competing, uh, bouncing life. Yeah, it
Wow.
is tough sometimes because he actually was supposed to be deployed on my due date,
Oh my
and
gosh.
yeah, so thank God, he was new in that command, and then his master sergeant say, you're not deploying, and I actually didn't believe it until
Mm.
until it happened. But because it's like that, when you're marine wife, if they have duty, they have duty. So and you have to be strong, and you have to be strong for that kind of stuff. So I was really prepared for him to deploy on my due date, but
Mm.
thank God it didn't happen. So
Wow.
yeah, you figure out, you make it work anywhere you at, here in Japan and in the desert. So it's a little harder, but as long as you guys are together, and that's all that matters. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love your perspective on that too. And I just think it's awesome that you are you seem to be so open and loving and focused on the goal and believing that things are possible and you can get through things. And, similarly to life, like prep, can be very different for all of us, and every prep can be a new
Mhm.
learning experience too. So have you ever had any struggles come up for you that made you question if you would be able to make it through?
Yes, a
Mm.
lot, a lot. But actually, the part of me that that you say is being positive, that anything is possible, is because of my husband. He
Mm.
is the one who has been teaching me that, yeah, why not? Everything is possible. For example, I after pregnancy, I seriously thought, like, I want forget about competing. I don't know why, but I thought that I won't be able to do it, or
Mm.
I had to stop because I'm a mom now, and I have to give everything to my baby. So he was like, why not? Like, your life doesn't have to stop because you're a mom. You just make it work, make it happen, figure it out, and then but you always keep going. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, why would I have to stop competing? Like, that's what makes me happy, and that's one of my dreams. And yeah, so I started competing, and even though sometimes I say, like, I won't be able to do this because I'm so tired, but I then managed to, like, live day by day, being a
Mm.
mom, and know that I'm not gonna have a structure prep, and then I'm also, like, ready for any changes that can happen. Like, okay, next week this is gonna happen, the whole schedule, so I'm gonna have to work out very early so I can do this, or et cetera, et cetera. So um, yeah, I forgot what I was talking.
No,
What
no,
were
I
you
love
asking?
it. Do you have to express I know sometimes it's easy to get off of it. I really appreciate everything you just shared. And do you ever have to tell your coach, like, oh, this thing came up, or this is something that's happening, or how can I make this work, or can we try something else? Like, do you have to communicate those things, or are you just kind of like, I just do the plan?
No, I actually communicate a lot, and I was impressed with my coach for my very first prep after pregnancy. I've been 6 years with him, with Kimoto,
Wow.
and he our prep as an amateur is not the same as after my body has been changing, my hormones, everything, right? My hips,
Hmm.
you name it. So yes, my body's different, even though it's stronger, it's curvier, and I love it. It's just, it did me good. So he's been working with that. In the first prep, we have a little bit of a setback because me start dieting. Uh, my hormones were all over the place. I hit a little bit of plateau. I was
Mm.
stuck in 116 pounds, the same weight that I started for 10 weeks, and I was like, wow, I'm not gonna make it. I'm still the same weight for 8 weeks, and so all that was due to your body adjusting again. And I think I felt like my body took a little bit. In my pro debut, I did 3 shows in a row. So those three were my body trying to adjust and come back down, et cetera, et cetera. On top of that, work on my strength because, like I say, it's not the same, especially because I had a natural birth, and then it took me like way more than 2 months to recover.
Wow.
And um, yeah, so it's been a process. That's why this prep, I'm very excited because I feel like my body's finally there. I have a more clear mind and mindset of where I need to be, and my body's responding so well.
Wow.
And he's been changing my diet and my workout program, all these preps to kind of like know my body and know me, and that's what he does. So
Wow. And so
it's working for me. So this new plan that he's sent me in, I think we're hitting it right, and
mm,
have more energy, et cetera, et cetera.
That's awesome.
So it's
And what's
good.
your overall goal now? Because you've done a few pro shows, like you said, and now you feel like your body's in a better place. So what's your goal?
My goal obviously is to collect points to go to Olympia with my husband and both step on the Olympia stage.
Because he's
He's
qualified
already
now,
there.
right? Yeah.
He needs more. Ah, what?
I was just saying he's already there, right?
Yeah, he's already there. So he's a more established pro than me. Just starting, but maybe I can make it this year. Maybe I'll make it to next year. But still, like I say, we are enjoying the process of going to the shows. That's where we met, and being a parent and showing our baby like many things that comes with competing. Um, so yeah, that's our ultimate goal to do it together.
Hmm.
And for me, I'm still a rookie pro, so I don't know. We'll see what comes. So I'm getting better and better and better each show, and like I say,
Yeah.
more clear, have clear mind where I need to be, and I need a lot of work to do too. Um, but yeah, so hopefully this prep, like we step forward a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And when you were an amateur, you took time off between many of your shows and performed really well. So what do you think is the
Yeah.
benefit of doing that?
Um, a lot of benefits. I think doing show after show after show, like you really not giving your body the right time to recover, reset, and come back stronger. I think it's very healthy also to take a little bit time off, analyze what you need to work on. Like I'm a Virgo, I'm like very analytic of everything. So if I do one show, I'm sucking it up 1,000%. Like, what I need to be, why, why the top five has the top, where the top five, okay, so, they have this type of boots, you need this, you need that. So, you work and, I research and talk to my coach, what do we need to do, make a plan. And, that's what happened after my beginning of season, which I had to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I did one show. I keep placing top 8, and I was like, well, I need to, stop a little bit because I really don't want to step on stage and keep placing top 8, top 8. So he gave me a break. We reset my body. We took like actually it's not a long time. We took 3 weeks off. Like that's
A
nothing.
little breather, a little breather.
Yeah, but actually, those 3 weeks off felt like 6 months off season.
Mm,
It's funny, but I feel so recharged, so more clear-minded. And this prep, I'm 8 weeks out, and I'm actually feel so amazing, so amazing. And I really didn't want it to take another 12 weeks prep, but it was necessary. He say we need a little bit more time to come in tighter and stuff. So it makes me sad, but you have to take that time off. So that's what I advise to everybody. Take time off, grow, and you'll see you'll do better. Stepping on stage like week after week after week is, I think, it's a lot for
yeah.
the body, for your mind, for your soul.
That's
If
something I've
you're
always
gonna do it,
admired about you, by the way, is that you really see fitness beyond that physical level of achievements and the
yeah.
physical like work. And I'm actually curious, what are some of the ways that fitness has, or I should say competing, has impacted the way you feel about yourself and ultimately your life and even the people around you?
In so many ways. First of all, I've always been trained with my older sister who taught me how to, we start hiking since I was very little, like 12. So I start doing aerobics in Venezuela. And, I used to be a smoker. This is the first
Wow.
time I'm saying this.
Oh my
Like,
gosh. Well, thank you for
yeah,
being
I
so
smoked
open.
cigarettes for so many years since I was like, I don't know, 18 or something like that. So, um, I used to be a hard smoker, like 2 packs. I'm gonna be honest.
Wow.
So fitness, the more I competed, the more I was disgusted by cigarettes.
Mm.
So it's like my body was detoxing from that. So, the more cardio I was doing and stuff, and then there was a point that I was like, I don't need this anymore. Like, I really don't feel good smoking. So I'm so happy, with going to the gym, doing my cardio. I guess the more I trained, the more my body was detoxifying from all that cigarettes. So I
Wow.
am very happy that it just faded just like that since I started fitness, since I started competing. So that's one of the things has changed my life. And second, me as a person, um, as a person, the whole
Wow.
thing. I love to, just to show my baby that it's not just physical. It's not like, oh, I look good because, you know, um, it's it's way more than that. I stopped smoking. I changed my healthy eating. I started culinary school when as soon as I got here to the United States. And even though I love cooking and everything, once I started competing, I was like, I really wanna to convert this cooking into a healthy cooking
Mm.
and share it out there. So that's why I love cooking for the Marines who you know are from another parts of the states and they don't have resources to cook. Um, and they want to be healthy and eat good. So yeah, it has been changing to that. My family, our baby, he eats salads with us every night. That's our favorite meal. He eats vegetables. He's super healthy, and it's not because we're like, you need to eat veggies, veggies. No, he just like he eats asparagus.
He grew up with it.
Yeah, so he loves them, and I'm like, ew, you can have them. But it has it has changed in so many ways like that. And
Wow.
I'm definitely not the same person as I was when I started my fitness journey. And yeah, that's why I love it. It's just more than the physical, more than like, oh, having abs or shoulders or all that stuff. It's way more than that for me. For us.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. That's literally my mission is to help people build more than just a body. And I think that you're an awesome representation of someone who's been able to do that. And, aside from the fact that you've been really successful as a competitor, but you're also a very busy woman with a lot of amazing things going on in regard to the fitness industry as a whole, from being a chef with a healthy meal prep company and catering company, but also with your fitness apparel line. So I'd love to hear, like, you mentioned that you started competing and then that made you want to apply your background as a chef to creating healthy meals. At what point in your competition career were you like, I'm gonna launch this business of meal prepping for people?
Um, I always wanted to do it since I was in culinary school, but honestly, I had no clue how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still learning, obviously, and it's not a full established business. So it's like very very side of business that I do, and my clothing is more established because I obviously like taught myself how to build it and all that kind of stuff. So um yeah, I didn't know how to do it until when I was in the desert. One of my fellow bikini pros, she asked me like, hey, my boss needs some meals, and you're amazing. And I started from him, and then he's literally like helped me to um learn my craft. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is how I deliver. So little by little, client by client, I started kind of like developing a system, and how to offer meals to people who really wanted to buy healthy meals from me, but didn't know what to buy, what to get.
Mm.
And what do I get? And so then I kind of like help them, to order meals that are balanced. I'll say like, what to go, if you are struggling with, lunches and dinners, which is, what we need sometimes the most because they're working and blah blah blah. So I, put a healthy lunch with, some carbs, some protein, and some veggies, and they loved it. And yeah, that's how I started little by little.
Wow.
Um,
And what about your fitness apparel business? What got you
my
into
clothing
that?
line. Since one of my friends in Norway, she talked to me about this distributor company. So it was like fitness, and she told me that I was competing. And she's like, you should start selling those, being a distributor. And so I talked to the company. I started distributing the clothes here, and yeah, it was a great success. Everybody loved it because it's from South America. Lots of bright colors, lots of you know neons and stuff. But a lot of women loved it, and it really became my passion, and I really, really love it. I love having my booth and the shows and talking to the girls, and like really an outfit can make you work out hard.
Yeah, so true. Like you
So
put on a sexy
yeah,
outfit or one that like makes you look really strong or highlights like your physique that you've been working towards, and then you just feel so good.
yeah, it really can take you out of your house, a good outfit and a good brand new pair like yoga pants. It may sound like vanish or whatever, but it is true. So I think that whatever kind of motivation to get you out of the gym and make it happen, just take it. Even if it's a cute tank top. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love doing that. I love seeing women look amazing and just outfits. Period. So right now, I'm shifting my company because I am a distributor of few brands here and there from South America and LA. But this year, I am planning on getting my own brand as well.
Wow.
So I am excited about that. So I've been wanting to do that since I started, but it's a process, and there's some stuff that I still need to learn about it. So yeah,
Wow.
little bit. And obviously, being a mom and my baby is the one who motivates me to go for it and just you know accomplish my dreams. So
Hmm.
yeah.
So what does a normal, I mean, obviously you mentioned earlier, like your days really don't necessarily have as much structure as they used to, but what does a normal day look like for you balancing all of this?
So very early in the morning, which is not every day like that, but I try. When I'm on prep, I try to wake up before the baby wakes up, do my cardio in my garage, and do a little bit of workout if I can. I have some 45 pounds and some squats and stuff. And, take him to school. When he goes to school, be home, work from home, work on my business, blah, blah, blah. Go to the gym around noon again, or work out in my house. Right now, I'm focusing more on doing outdoor cardio,
Mm-hmm.
which has been helping me so much. I run. I've been running a lot, and come back home, work, blah blah blah. So when it's bedtime, that's one of the things that we're struggling because as parents, trying to get the baby on time for bed. Bedtime is sacred. And if you miss one day or 1 hour, it messes it up. It messes up everything.
Wow,
Everything.
really?
So yeah, it's something else.
You have like a
So yeah,
routine with him,
bedtime
right?
is something. Yeah, you have to have a routine, and if you miss a couple days or one day, it's just mess you up for like 2 weeks or something because it's so crazy. You have to put the baby to bed 6 p.m. every night, so that's the time that my husband and I try to go to the gym, but not it doesn't happen. We have to go like right after the baby goes to bed, has dinner, bath time, and everything. So sometimes I like really exhausted. I was like, oh my gosh. Then yeah, we
Wow.
have sometimes I have late night workouts because of it's just the baby first and dinner time, and we try to be there with him and all that stuff. Read a book, put him to bed, and then yeah,
Wow.
after that, okay, I have 45 minutes of cardio to do, and still have to finish my second round of leg day. Let's do this.
Wow, that's
But
so amazing.
it's worth it. It makes me feel like very huge sense of accomplishment, and that it's worth it.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, so every day is a little struggle. Some days are perfect. I was like, wow, I finished everything early, but some days are a little struggle. So
Mm.
um,
And you were featured in Oxygen magazine at one point, right?
yeah, when I was an amateur, that
That's
was.
so amazing.
Do you hear any inter? They're calling me, but
No, I
do
can
you
hear
hear me good?
you. Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
Did you notice an
Yeah.
impact with your business or your influence or your reach in the fitness industry when this happened?
Yes, a little bit. That was an opportunity was created by my coach, and I got selected, and I really did not expect that at all. And I'm like, wow,
Wow.
But it was very amazing. The Oxygen Magazine crew are such an amazing people, and yeah, I'm like very happy at that point. Yeah, I get to wear my outfits in the magazine and everything, my clothing line,
Oh,
and yeah, that was like really amazing. Something that I'm gonna cherish forever. And
absolutely.
yes,
So, if someone listening had dreams of running their own business or having multiple businesses like you, what do you recommend they do to just start?
um, first of all, having a business is a lot of research and a lot of homework to do. From your part. It's a lot of homework. It's a lot of, if it's like me that I'm starting from the very, very, both, I start from the very scratch, like from zero, like learning, having a business is a trial and error thing. And you learn and you become a successful entrepreneur by making mistakes
Mm,
and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's you learn every day. You try this, doesn't work, then you try something else, and then everything with trying to make your business better and try to accommodate for your customers or your clients better, and to have the best customer service, to be 100%. And most of all is passion. Doesn't
hmm.
matter what kind of business you have to be passionate about it, because um that's the only way you're gonna be successful. Yeah.
Absolutely. I could not agree more with you on that one. Like when you just have that fire in your belly and that deep desire to
Hmm.
really impact people, make a difference, or achieve what you've set out to achieve, or you have a strong mission behind it, it
Yeah.
changes things. Like I've never ever done anything that I didn't love doing because I've
Hmm.
always found like, and I like grew up being taught from, examples like my parents that doing what you love or doing something that allows you to do more of what you love is so powerful and rewarding. And I just think it's awesome that that's something you highlight here as well, is be very passionate about it.
Yeah, something that I learned from somebody is that it doesn't matter if you're swiping streets every day, but if you do it
Mhm.
with passion, you're gonna be the best at it. And yeah, so I'm even though I work in so many stores, clothing stores, and I have experience from that, uh I'm not really a super sales person, but with my business, I have such passion talking to girls when they come to my booth and these
Mhm.
leggings and these workout clothes and this that and you look so amazing. Like something comes out of me that is just truly passionate about it and it makes me so happy. So yeah, that's the point. Like if you're passionate, doesn't matter what you do, like you're gonna do it. Like you're gonna be successful as long as you're having fun and enjoy what you do.
Yeah, 100%. I know like sales is a transfer of love, right? When we love what we do and we're
Yeah.
so passionate about other people getting their hands on what we have, or learning a process that we've created, or finding a result that we can deliver. And then it's not really about, oh, I have to sell them. It's really about, okay, I'm here to serve them. And it's a disservice for me not to express my deep gratitude and passion and love for what I'm selling.
Yes. It's the same as you mentioned it, that I'm getting my personal trainer certification, and I'm really, um, I was really upset, not upset, but like because I wanted to be a personal trainer since I started in the fitness industry in 2012, and I never did. I was like, I don't know, But after having the baby, you reevaluate, like, okay, like I have way more purpose for anything that I do. What do you really
Mm,
want to do with your life? Because now you have somebody that is watching you. And,
wow.
so it's the same thing. I dig deep and do a deep search, soul search for me, and thought about it. I was like, I really love training people. Like, I train with my girls, some of the girls, and, you know, um, I love it. So that's
Mm.
one of the next goals that I'm trying to accomplish, and to try to help people in that level of fitness to become a personal trainer. So
That's awesome. Good for you. And seriously, like the fact that you're putting your effort in to make that difference and to learn different tools, and the application of them is really awesome. And something that I always like to kind of, I guess you could say, wrap up the episode by asking about advice that you would give to a newbie competitor, as well as for a competitor who's trying to get their pro card. What advice would you give those two people?
okay, so for first time competitors, um to be honest, I'm gonna share what I felt when I was a first time competitor.
Mm.
I was purely going into my first show with no clue what to do, but excitement. That's the
Mm.
only thing I have in me. I was going every day to the gym excited, and when I say I have no clue, it's like a truly 100%, because I'm from Venezuela. So when I started working out, I had no idea what bodybuilding was, any shows. I actually picked my show out of like, oh, this ad looks good. It's purple. I'm gonna do that show. So,
That's
which was
awesome.
the border state in San Diego. So yeah, I was just like very naive, but I had so much excitement, and I think that once you decide to do a show, just do it when it feels right, when your heart, your mind, your body feels right, and not for the wrong reasons, just because you want to be popular, or you want to, like prove somebody else or try to please somebody else. Not at all. Just do it for you, and you're gonna have a blast. And yeah, um,
Mm.
and obviously the for first time competitors, and research for a coach that has reputation, and not just anyone out there. There's like, oh, I have a team. Like research if their diet styles is
Mm.
what you want to do, because some of them they're very straight into diet. Some of them are macro balanced diet. Some of them are very like no carbs. So just research what kind of diet they do, and et cetera, et cetera. So don't try to go on a show just doing it by yourself, because that's what happened to me too.
Oh,
Because
wow.
it's a show where I like pink lipstick on stage. Yeah, you want to
Oh.
avoid all the kind of stuff. So yeah. And for somebody who's going to their pro card, um, I don't really have like a lot of national shows experience. Thankfully, I only did two national shows, which was in Vegas. But for my first national, I think first of all you have to be be an amateur first, be a local competitor, and warm up as a local in a local shows. Try to win an overall, and because it's very easy to qualify for nationals, only top three. And if you do a small show, you're already national qualify.
Mm.
But my advice is to have a little bit more experience in the amateur world, because you can learn a lot of stuff, and do a few shows. And that's what I did. When I won my second overall, I feel like, okay, I'm ready for the big stage now.
Mm.
And when I decided to go to nationals, I researched for a coach, which was my coach Kimoto back then, and still is. Um, so I knew he was as a national level coach, and yeah, I prepped for a long time. I put all my energy into, and one of the advice that I can give is, have that IFBB pro mentality, because as soon as you step in the national stage, you can be a pro the next day. You can wake up
Mm.
and be a pro, and just prep as if you are going to be a pro. Put everything into detail. Don't treat it like a local show. Your suit, your hair, your makeup. Be a professional and step on that stage as if you are already a professional.
Mm.
And yeah, put a lot of energy into, because and work like it's your last show. My first
Yeah.
national, my only two nationals, I worked like it was my last show. First of all, because both of them were challenging. The first one was personally and emotionally challenging at my home with my past relationship.
Mm.
And the second one was very financially challenging, So I have no money to do 3 or 4 national shows. So I was like, it's this one or that's it. This is all my
Wow.
money goes into this one. So,
Wow.
and thankfully I got pro on that one, and I was like, so don't take it for granted. Just make your money work and work hard. It's
Mm.
very expensive to go to national, so put everything you can. So
That's amazing. I love that. I especially love how you said to be a professional and to step on that stage and have the IFBB pro mentality, like treat it that way, treat it like you're already a pro. I think that's awesome, awesome advice. Everything you shared today has just been really, really cool. And I'm so glad that we got to connect on this level. And I'm super happy that you were able to come on today and share so much about you and open up about your story, even things you hadn't shared before, and just really give us an inside look into everything. And I'd love for other people to be able to thank you for your time as well and for the golden nuggets, and even hit you up about posing, hit you up about your
oh
meal
yeah.
prep, your athletic wear. So tell us where we can find you and all that, or connect with you. And yeah, we'll take it from there.
Yeah, well, on Instagram, it's just my name, Sarah Gayden, Sarah underscore Gayden, and obviously my apparel line, sarahfitness.com. Um, in Fit Fusion Nutrition, even though it's not a full established yet. But if you can give me some support, that's I appreciate it.
Yes.
And yeah, anytime I'm really open to help girls with posing. Anytime, I love
That's
doing that too.
I love that. So to everybody listening, I'm gonna put all of those links, all the Instagrams, the websites, etc., in the show notes page. So that's gonna be on www.celestial.fit/podcast, and then it's gonna be under Sarah Gayden from the category section. But of course, if you're listening to this and you go there straight away, it should be at the top of the page. So you're gonna be able to connect with her there, or of course, follow the link she just told you about on Instagram. And it's always amazing when you guys take screenshots and tag us in it, letting us know your takeaways or that you're enjoying it, and it means a lot. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate those of you who are patrons. Again, that's on the website. Those of you who have purchased apparel, so amazing. Thank you for that. Again, I appreciate it. And lastly, I do just want to give out a reminder to fill out the form if you're interested in coming to the Bikini Competitor Mastermind that I'm planning on hosting at the end of the year or towards the end of the year, but I'm trying to collect interest right now just to get an idea of where you guys are at, what you guys are thinking in terms of location, all that. So I put all the information on the website again. Just go there, click the link to fill it out, and you'll be able to let me know. We're really going to be focused on making peace with food, your body, and your goals. And of course, this is going to translate into helping you stay and become the best competitor you can be. So I am really excited about those of you who have already filled out the form. I'm excited to share with you guys more episodes. We've got a lot of exciting things in the works for this podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. And of course, we'll catch you next week. So have an amazing rest of your day, night, or morning, wherever you are in the world while you're listening to this episode